Hey there, folks. Welcome. It's our 79 replay of the last 10 games for Thurman Munson before his tragic accident August 2nd, 1979. It is the top of the sixth inning. The Yanks are in Comiskey Park in Chicago, and there is 2 outs. Runner on second base. Willie Randolph walked and then stole second. Actually, no, he was moved over on a ground ball to right. And now Munson is at the plate against Rich Wortham, who's got a 2-hit shutout going here in the top of the sixth. Let's get going. Early morning, before work game. Just wanted to share this. It's going to be moving pretty fast, so it's a tough 0-6, and that's going to be a strikeout. Munson goes after that high, hard one, and he's out of there. All right, the Yanks score none, lead one. The walk by Randolph, and we go to the bottom of the sixth. It's Tommy John is on the mound for the Yankees, left-hander, 36-year-old left-hander, known for the surgery. One of the first that had the surgery and recovered from it and came back and did pretty well. It's a 4-patient, a 58, a patient 58. Chet Lemon, the batter, he's a right-hander. And that's right outside the hit range, or the hit by pitch range. It goes up to 57, so 58 is going to be an F9 flight out. Lifted to right, and that's Reggie out there. And he puts it away. Next is going to be Wayne Nordhagen, a right-handed utility type guy, catcher, outfielder. Good morning, man. How are you, brother? Right before work, I run one of these. And it's 3 in play. It's a 95. In play 95 is going to take us to the out range. That's going to be lifted to left field this time, and it's Lou Piniella out there in left for out number 2. So Tommy John is cruising at this point. Gets the sign, and it's defense, a 41 defense. We're going to take a look at what that is. It tells us it's range as second baseman. And our second baseman is Randolph. Randolph has a C range. So a C range is a 45. We rolled a 41. So that's going to be a base hit. What kind of a hit? It's going to be a single. So Lamar Johnson, and he steals. He's got 10 attempts. So we're going to roll for him. And that's a 4. And it's just above the 3 that he has there, so he doesn't go this time. So Lamar Johnson is on at first with 2 outs, and it's George Orta, left-handed hitter. And I'm using iScore over to my right that you don't see in the screen, and that's to keep the data, the ever-present data, tough. And we're going to look at the gray here. It's a 40. We rolled a 46. Let me show you that, 46. And tough 46, look at that. It's going to be a base hit, and it's a line drive into center field. Runner advances 1 base unless there's 2 out, and Johnson is a 6. Let's take a look at Johnson's card. He's a 5, so he's going to pull up at second base. Doesn't have the speed. So a single, and Johnson stops at second. So now Tommy John, who's given up 7 hits in this game, is in a little bit of trouble right here, first and second. In a 1-0 game, the Yanks are down, and it's first and second. Lamar Johnson at second. George Orta takes his lead off first, and it's Bill Naharatny who steps into the place. John deals. It's in a 33. Tough 33 is going to be a strikeout. Gets him on the curveball. So that's the end of the inning. The White Sox leave 2, score none, and at the end of 6.5, the score is 1-0. White Sox. All right, starting off, the bottom half of the 7th is going to be, the top half of the 7th, so that was after 6. Top half of the 7th is going to be Reggie Jackson. That's a 6. Patient 87. Yanks have not been getting the rolls, and 87 is going to be a ground ball to second base. That's Willie Randolph up with it. And, George Orta up with it and throws out Jackson. Yankee first inning run But he steals second. Thurman Munson, Reggie Jackson strikes out. Medium drive for. Oh, it was Chet Lemon home run. That's the only score of the game is a Chet Lemon home run. 7, and that's going to be tough. As Lou Piniella, right-handed batter, 81, a tough 81, takes us to the out range. That's a ground ball hit at Greg Pryor, the shortstop. He's up with it over to Mike Squires. And out number 263 in your scorebook. Rich Wortham, the pitch to lefty hitting Craig Nettles, power hitting third baseman for the Yanks, although he hit 20 home runs in 79, so not too bad. That's an 8 patient, and that's an 83. A patient 83 takes us to the out range. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. Orta comes in for it, and to Squire 4-3. And that's all she wrote. 3 up, 3 down for the Yanks here in the top of the 7th. Tommy John for the Yanks is going to face Greg Pryor, Jim Morrison, and Alan Bannister. That's a 3 in play, a 44, an in play 44. It's going to be a pop-up to the left side, and Fred Stanley, who's playing shortstop today, replacing Bucky Dent, waits for it, makes the catch. Now, Thurman Munson won the Rookie of the Year in 1970 and the AL MVP in 1976. He wore number 15. He had a lifetime batting average of .302. Thurman Munson. All right, it's Jim Morrison. He is the third baseman. Here's the pitch from John. That's for patient, a 21. A patient 21 is a line drive base hit single for Jim Morrison. Morrison had 11 stolen bases, so we're going to see what happens here. And that's a 3, so he's going to go, and he's a B. Munson's not behind the plate today. He's been DHing and playing first base for the last few games. Must have had some sort of nagging injury. So Munson's arm is a 1. So that is the best that you can have. So, and Morrison is a B. A 1B is basically a fair. He's a fair stealer. And we're going to pull a card to see where it says stealing, fair, out. Munson guns him down. 2-6. Oh, let's redo that. Alan, let's see. Morrison. So Jim Morrison attempts to steal. He's going to be out at second, caught stealing. 2-6. There you go. I got ahead of myself. All right, there's 2 outs now. Thurman Munson. I'm sorry, made a mistake. Jerry Narron, 2, a 2-arm. That may turn out the whole thing may be different. A 2, which is still pretty good. I think of it. And what was Morrison? Morrison was a B, a 2B. A 2B puts us into the normal range. That may change things. Let's take a look. It was fair. Was that normal is going to be safe, so he gets in under the tag. So we're going to redo that, and he's going to steal second. So Jim Morrison, lead singer for the Doors, now lying in a cemetery in Paris, from last I understand it, is at second base with a stolen base. And there's only 1 out. Alan Bannister. Where's Bannister? What are we doing here? Okay, Alan Bannister, right-handed batter. He plays left field. He's a utility guy. Plays second, left field, third base, right field, first base. So it's in play 19. And in play 19 is trouble, and that's going to be a sharp liner into center field. The runner on second scores. RBI single for Alan Bannister. And it's going to be Mike Squires versus the lefty Tommy John. And Bannister, let's take a look at his stolen bases. We're going to see if he's going to take off here. 4B, he had 22. 6, nope, doesn't do it. Okay, 9, it's tough. A 43, tough 43 is going to take us to the out range. And that's a fly ball lifted to left. Piniella, he's there and puts it away. And Bannister goes back to first. There's 2 outs now. It's a 2-0 lead by the White Sox. Here's Chet Lemon. It's a ballpark. Ballpark on a right-hander. Chet Lemon's a right is 1-40. He rolled a 77, so that's going to be in play. And in play 06. In play 06 is going to be a double. And Bannister, let's see what happens here. Double. Runner advances 2 bases. He's pulled down the line into left field. Lou Piniella is chasing it. Alan Bannister, if he's a 6 or more, he's going to score on a double, and he's a 7, so he does score on a double. 3-0 now, and the Yankee bullpen is up. So Chet Lemon doubles into the corner and makes it to second easily with a 2-out double, driving in Alan Bannister from first base. And it's Wayne Nordhagen. Wade Nordhagen is 1 for 3. And that's a 5 in play 0-9. That's trouble. A 0-9 is going to be a line drive into the alley in center field. Juan Benitez chases after it. And Chet Lemon comes around to score. And Wayne Nordhagen slides into second and under the tag for a double. Again, back-to-back 2-out doubles here. Give the White Sox a 4-0 lead, and that looks like it's going to be it for Tommy John. We have the right-handed batting Lamar Johnson. Dangerous Lamar Johnson, batted .298 versus righty, .325 versus lefties. And the Yanks are going to bring in Ron Davis. Ronnie Davis is going to come in. If we can find them, got a lot of players here. All right, let's see where Ron Davis would be. There he is, Ron Davis. He's a 24-year-old right-hander who had a 2.85 ERA and a 14-2 record. That's wow. I had to do a double take on that. As a reliever with 44 games, he had a 14-2 record. He's going to come in, Ron Davis, to replace Tommy John. All right, here goes. Ron Davis, here's the pitch. 6 in play 29. And that's going to be trouble. A 29, runner on second, advance, 1 base plus, question mark. So we're going to roll to see if it's under the arm and the speed. Wayne Nordhagen is running at a 4, so he's going to hold up. There's no way we're going to roll that. He's going to be thrown out. So we're not going to do that. So it's going to be first and third now. Single for Lamar Johnson. The hits are raining. The hits are raining down on the Yankees pitching. With 2 outs, I think that's their 4th hit. And it's first and third now. Lamar Johnson on at first and Nordhagen on at third. The score is 4-0 White Sox, and it's George Orta, the left-hander, and that's a wheelhouse against a righty, 76. That's going to take us into the out range, and that's going to be a fly ball deep center field. Juan Benitez goes back to the track, to the wall, and makes the catch. Juan Benitez showing his range out there. He was known as a defensive center fielder, and shows it off there for sure. All right, and put that away. Put this away. And now for the Yankees, it's going to be Roy White leading it off against Rich Wortham. Roy White, who's 0 for 2, he struck out and flied out. It's a switch hitter batting righty right now. That's a 12. That's a patient 11. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Roy White walks to start off the Yankee top of the 8th. And it's Jerry Narron, lefty. 7 tough. And a tough 62. A tough 62 is a strikeout. Narron down on strikes. Curveball got him. And it's Fred Stanley, shortstop. And that's 7 tough. And 7 tough is a 45. A tough 45 is going to be a strikeout. The high heat gets Stanley, and now it's Willie Randolph with 2 outs. 7 is tough, and that's a 22. A tough 22 is going to be a line drive into left field. Alan Bannister. And stopping at second is actually Roy White. He's a 6. He's going to go to third. So base hit single for Willie Randolph, and Roy White hustles over to third base. So there's first and third now for for Juan Benitez, who made that nice catch in center field, ran that ball down. And he's up now. See what he can do with the bat here. Juan Benitez bats right, 29-year-old center fielder, third baseman. 5, Rich Wortham ballpark. And that's a 55, a ballpark 55 from the right-handed, puts us into the in-play range, and that's a 90, 99. That's an out for sure. That's a pop-up to Jim Morrison, third baseman. He's there. That's playing it with the modifier. And he makes the catch. The Yanks are retired. They leave 2. And we go to the bottom of the 8th here. It is 6:20, so my alarm is right about to go off to tell me I got to get to the shower. So we better speed it up here. Let's see. Ron Davis against Bill Naharodny. We don't want a long inning right now. In play to Bill Naharodny. Naharodny's 1 for 3, and that's a 76. That's going to be an out. That's in the out range. That's a fly ball lifted to center. Juan Benitez. He's there, makes the catch, 1 away. Next is going to be Greg Pryor. And that's a 6 in play 79, and in play 79. It's going to be a fly ball again to Juan Benitez. Pounds the glove, 2 away. This inning is going exactly how we wanted it to go. 5 in play, and that's a 12. That's going to be a base hit. And not only that, it's going to be a double. It's into the gap. Gets by Benitez. He hustles after it, and Jim Morrison is in his second with a 2-out double. Here we go again. Ron Davis facing the right-handed hitting shortstop Alan Bannister, leading off for the White Sox. And that's an 11 ballpark, a 42, a ballpark 42 from a right. He's going to be in play. And an in play 52 is going to be an out. 52 is going to be an out. Fly ball 9. And that's Reggie out there. Easy fly for Reggie. Mr. October. And right for the Yanks. And here he is, the captain, number 15, whose locker sits empty to this day at Yankee Stadium. Thurman Munson. The first captain since Lou Gehrig. Thurman Munson. 302, 292 lifetime batting average. Won the Rookie of the Year in 1970 with a 302 batting average, and happened to have won the AL MVP with a 302 batting average. So that's an interesting little tidbit, if you will. His nickname is Walrus. Walrus. Playing first base tonight. 12. That's going to be Patient. And 24. A Patient 24. So this is the top of the 9th. It's a 4-0 ball game. The White Sox are up. A Patient 24 versus Wortham, and that's going to be a base on balls. The Chicago bullpen is up right now. So it's going to be Reggie, lefty versus lefty, and that's going to be Patient, and that's a 22, a Patient 22, and that's a base on balls. All right, so trying to track down what's going on here with the bullpen. Trying to find out, did not think of. So it's Lou Piniella now. He's a right-hander, runs on first and second. So the Yanks have something going here early in the morning, and that's going to force me to fly out of here. So I'm looking to see for, Mike Proley. And that's who's going to come in now. Mike Proley's going to come in, take over, or Prolly, if you will. Mike Prolly sounds about right. Okay. And against Lou Piniella, runs on first and second. And that's an 8 in play. In play 30. And that may be a wild pitch. Yes, it is. And both runners move up. Both runners move up on a wild pitch by Proley. And then the other one there. Okay. And Lupinel's still at the bat. Mike Prolly, a right-hander, 29-year-old right-hander, 3-8 with a 3.87 ERA, 38 games. That's a 10. That's in play, and that's a 46. It's a right-hander, and an in-play 46 is going to be a ground ball to third base. We rolled a 10, so that's not going to be a double play. And Thurman Munson's going to hold at third, so it's going to be a ground ball to third base, and that's Morrison over to Squires, and everybody holds up. Next is Greg Nettles, left-hander. Oh, great, that's what I need right now. My die went flying, and that's a 6. A 6 is going to be patient, and that's a 29. A patient 29 is going to be a line shot that splits the gap in center field. Chet Lemon and Wayne Nordhagen are after it, and here comes Munson, and here comes Reggie right after him. It's a 42 game, and Nettles in standing at second base with a one-out double here in the top of the ninth inning. 2-run score, 2 RBI double for Greg Nettles. And now it's going to be the switch hitter Roy White against Mike Prolly. And that's a 5. That's going to be in play. An in play 62. And that's going to be in the out range. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. And Greg Nettles, if he's a 7 or more, he moves over, and he is not. He's a 5, so he's going to play it safe. Ground out. It's hard hit right at Orta. Going to stay there at second. And there's 2 outs now. 2 outs. The tying run is at the plate, and we're going to bring in a pinch hitter for the Yanks. Pinch hitter for the Yanks. Don't know who it's going to be. Right now we're looking for a lefty. I'm trying to get the computer going. You know what? It's going to be Jim Spencer. Jim Spencer with good power is going to come in. And I don't know that 16 games, Rich Hinton, Rose Bumgarner. Let me see who we have in the... Fred Howard is another player who can... Fred Howard, I don't know. He's a righty. Another pitcher for the... Wow, what's going on here? I got the computer trying to open up on my right. I feared this was going to happen, that this game will start up late in innings, because nothing was happening at the beginning, and I get stuck having to go to work. And I don't feel like stopping it. I just got to get... You know what? We're going to pitch through this with the pitcher there. Jim Spencer's coming in. I don't know that I have a lefty. You know what? Here, I have a guy named Rich Hinton. Hinton's going to come in. Lefty versus lefty. And we're going to write him in, Rich. I wonder who the closer is. Let me see. Who had the most saves? 14 saves for Ed Farmer. 4 saves for the lefties. Trout. That's funny. You know what? We're going to... Aaron LeGros had 1 save. Guy Hoffman had 2 saves. He's a lefty. 24 games. Let me see. Lefty Ken Kravick. Now he was a starter. All right, so it looks like Steve Trout had 4 saves. He's a lefty. He's going to come in. Steve Trout. Although Hinton had 2 saves. Yeah, we'll leave Hinton in there. All right. Rich Hinton, lefty, comes in to face the lefty hitting Jim Spencer. So we're going to bring in Spencer. Let's see. There we go. No. All right, Jim Spencer, here goes. Spencer versus Hinton. And that's a 7. That's tough. A 0-6. A tough 0-6 is a strikeout. Spencer down on strikes. And that's the ball game. The Yanks made it exciting in the final frame, but the White Sox pull it out by a score of 4-2, and the win is going to go to Rich Wortham, and the save is going to go to Rich Hinton. The loss is going to go to Tommy John. And that's all. I'm going to say goodbye. It's 6:28. So I got 2 minutes to take a shower and get in the car. And like I said, win goes to Rich Wortham that pitched a heck of a game, gave up but 2 runs. Tommy John pitched well, but is going to be strapped with the loss. And the save goes to Rich Hinton, the left-hander. And that's all she wrote here. Game number 8 for Thurman Munson. He's got 2 more games to play for our replay. And how did Munson do today? Let's Thurman Munson went 0 for 3. He grounded out twice and struck out, but walked in that top of the 9th inning, so got it started. There were 2 consecutive walks, one to Munson, one to Jackson, and there was the double by Craig Nettles to make it a 4-2 game. So Munson got in, contributed. That's what counts. So